Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Viking Size Gamer, and today we are bringing you the top 10 legends that should be in WWE 2K18. If this is your first time here, don't forget to like and subscribe, as we will be covering more WWE 2K18 and 2K17 content, and hopefully it won't be too long before we hit WWE 2K18. I just wanted to go through a bit of a disclaimer here. We won't be going through the legends that have already been covered that usually come out in the game. So people like Bret Hart, Macho Man Randy Savage, The Rock, Steve Austin. You know, we won't be going through these kind of guys because they make it in every year. These are the guys that get left out. These are the guys that should be in the game that don't really get that much of a shout. But really, they are amazing talents and they have been legends in their time, and really it should be time to bring them back. But either way, this is the top 10 legends that should be in WWE 2K18. Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is an absolute classic, charismatic wrestler. He brought in through the 80s and the 90s the Hulkamania run, and the guy is a living legend. Of course, he has hit a few hard times recently, and since his dispute because of a video that came out that really didn't shine a great light upon the guy, WWE have severed ties with him. But now the dust has settled and he has won his court case, it may be time for WWE to start bridging the gap between them again and bringing back one of their most iconic stars. The Road Warriors, or better known as the Legion of Doom. The Legion of Doom of Animal and Hawk were absolutely amazing tag team wrestlers. These guys have been going for years and probably one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Hawk and Animal were known for their impressive physiques and revolutionised the business by popularising the use of face paint, along with the likes of people like Sting and Ultimate Warrior, and they introduced a tandem manoeuvre known as the Doomsday Device. Both men used the move as a team finisher throughout their careers, even when teaming with other partners. The Road Warriors are regarded by many as the greatest tag team in professional wrestling history. These guys deserve to be in the game. Who doesn't love hearing that iconic voice saying, "Oh, what a rush"? William Regal. Regal found success in his Blue Bug character, which continually insulted his opponents, as well as the fans, for being lower class than him. And today, he's still involved with the WWE as the NXT General Manager. The man had talent in the ring for making his opponents look like idiots, even doing so to Goldberg in technically what was a shoot match back in WCW, eventually losing to Goldberg, but he did make him look like a bit of a fool. Still, the guy deserves to be in the game because he is one of the best technical wrestlers of all time. Owen Hart. Owen Hart is one of the most remembered members of the Hart dynasty, and this guy, it's sad that he hasn't been in the game. The guy's talent was unbelievable, whether it was Owen Hart or the Blue Blazer. The man was a technical genius, even beating his own brother for the Intercontinental Championship. It's really sad what happened to him, and the guy really could have been something absolutely massive if he hadn't had his accident. But he deserves to be in the game because the fans have been wanting it for years. The Iron Sheik. The Iron Sheik was, well, he was a funny guy. The guy now is basically known more for swearing a lot at people, and he would break you and make you humble. Having a guy like this in there would be absolutely amazing. He's been missing for a long time, but it certainly would make it more interesting to have him in there and just be breaking people's backs and making them humble all over again. Gangrel. Now, a lot of people might not rate Gangrel as one of the best workers in the industry, but the truth is that he's actually one of the most iconic wrestlers of the Attitude Era, forming the Brood. The guy's gimmick was second to none, giving people bloodbaths in the middle of the ring with Edge and Christian as the Brood members. I can't remember a time that I wasn't entranced by his entrance, because it really probably was one of the most fascinating ones in the WWE at the time. Between him and Kane, I was hooked. So I would like to see Gangrel back in, if anything, just so we can get that entrance back. Chyna. I don't know whether a lot of you will remember Chyna, but Chyna was one of the iconic female professional wrestlers in WWE, the first ever female entrant into the Royal Rumble, an original member of D-Generation X. Really, you could call her one of the stalwart legends of the women's revolution. Anybody who could have kickstarted it, it would have been her. At a time when Lita was popular as well, Chyna paved the way for women to get into the industry and be taken not just seriously, but as a lethal threat towards male competitors. She was absolutely amazing. Things with Triple H and Chyna didn't end amicably, which is why she's no longer in the WWE and hasn't been entered into the Hall of Fame. But hopefully she will do at some point, because really, she does deserve to be in the game. Rick and Scott Steiner, the Steiner Brothers. These two were an amazing tag team back in the day, and still were even in WCW. Unfortunately, Scott Steiner has recently re-signed with TNA, which is unfortunate really, because those two as a tag team in Wwe 2K18 would be amazing, especially if we could have them face the likes of Demolition and the Road Warriors. Because really, when you look back on it, Scott Steiner, although he is a big guy now, back in the day, the guy was a phenomenal athlete, doing things like Frankensteiners. He invented the Frankensteiner off the top rope. That was his move. That's why it's called a Frankensteiner off the top rope. The guys were absolute phenomenal athletes, being real college wrestlers. A lot like Chad Gable and Jason Jordan now. And as tag team wrestling goes, they were at the top of the heap as well. I'd love to see them back in the game, or at least making a debut in the game, because these guys really do deserve to have their own legend status within WWE 2K18. Farouk and the APA? I can't believe it. They're not in the game. Why are they not in the game? The APA was one of the best tag teams of its time, and it needs to be in the game because those guys were a phenomenal tag team that you couldn't look over. And really, it's probably one of JBL's best runs, apart from when he was John Bradshaw Layfield. Because as a heel, John Bradshaw Layfield was great, but as Bradshaw in the APA, he was even better. That's just my opinion. But we'll see what you guys think. I believe they should be back in the game as a pair, but that means that Farouk needs to make a comeback as well. Rob Van Dam. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for Rob Van Dam for a long time, and he is one of the top people on the created wrestlers list in the community creations, and that's because the guy is unbelievable in the ring, making a name for himself not only in WWE, WCW, but also ECW. The guy was an unbelievable worker, a high flyer before his time. The man was the originator of the 5-star frog splash, and he sold it so well you could only imagine how much it hurt the person who took it compared to him. He has won lots of championships over the course of being with the WWE, but also ECW. The man really does deserve to be back in the game. It's been too long and kept him too far away from it. Please, please, please put him back in the game, 2K. It's been too long. And that was my top 10 WWE 2K18 legends that should be in the game. Why aren't these people in the game? I don't know, but hopefully they will be. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. If I've left anybody out, put them down in the comments. Tell me what you think, and don't forget to join us for the 1,000 sub live stream, which will be airing as soon as we hit 1,000 subs. I'll be bringing it up. It's a 2-hour live stream, and I can't wait to see you guys there. Until then, thanks for watching.